That I'm late to my own stream. I see I got 3 likes there. I appreciate that very much. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Casual Aquatics. It's been a minute now. I did try going live the other night, just randomly, but as most of you know, I was trying to go live more regular, on my weekends off or whatever. I would at least try to go live once. Now, I know a lot of the fish fam, they go live like a lot throughout the week, and I just wasn't able to do it. And so I had kind of just fell off for a minute. Life got rough, things happened. If some of y'all saw my freezing video, that happened. That was a really rough deal or whatever. But recently, as some of you or most of you know, what's up, yo? As some of you know, I rescued a bunch of community fish, and then I had added some fish with it. Now, I was excited to show this tank because it was looking good, and then I had to be a dummy, and I bumped my filter, and it's got a little debris in there, so I'm gonna switch to the tank here in a minute, and I'll show you guys, but don't be too hard on me. But that's the whole point of this video. I had asked on Facebook what you would take out or add to this tank. Now, I've had a lot of people say they would remove the goldfish. I know that's kind of a controversial subject. A lot of people believe that they should be strictly cool water. They shouldn't be tropical temperatures. Some people think that your higher end goldfish actually need, warmer temperatures. So take that into consideration. Obviously, I'll accept critiques. I'm not going to yell and be like, oh, I want you guys to speak freely. Obviously, I want to add a lot more plants to this tank, but for now, it's just slowly coming along. So at any rate, I'm going to turn this camera around and let you guys take a peek, and I'll try to dive in kind of close and get as close as I can, let you see everybody. I don't know if my eel is going to come out tonight or not. Typically, I see him like in the morning, like 3 a.m. or when I feed him. I go to put a piece of shrimp in there, that dude's out. But at any rate, let me real quick see who's all in the chat. I had 7, there's 6 people. I just want to say hello and thank everybody for coming. It's been a while. My brother Donnie, everybody in the chat, thanks for stopping in. Zoltan's Aquatics. I'm not sure if I know the name, but thank you so very much. Jeff Kane, what's up? I know that name, and obviously you two know each other, so that's cool. This was random. I didn't give a whole day's heads up, so I don't know who's all gonna pop in, and I also don't know if anybody else is live. I didn't really check the Fish Fam link or anything like that. I wish it'd let me turn it sideways, but with the YouTube app, I don't think it will, so you're gonna have to bear with me. Again, you can see the debris still trying to resettle. This thing was looking pretty good. There's a lot of tetras and barbs. I got one random angel. I might actually end up getting another angel, but then again, I don't know if I want to deal with babies and then aggressive angels. These guys right here, I've already had. They're copper nose barbs. So here's some of these goldfish. Obviously, you got this guy, you got the orange guy over here, and you got that little dude right there. Now, I don't claim to know my goldfish because I've stayed away from them pretty much my whole career in the hobby. I don't know, because. And so So I know they're like Oranda, I think, or Ranchu or whatever, the little head caps, but I'm not sure about this guy right there. So if y'all know its specific type, put it in the comments. I'd appreciate that. But yeah, so let me just kind of run through this guy. I know he don't belong, but he gets along and nobody bothers him. I have a couple more that actually came with him, and I put them in a different tank because I figured the more fire mouse together. Oh yeah, there is one more, one little guy. You will start to get aggression, but again, 135, 6-foot tank, like there's plenty of space in this tank. My Hoplo catfish back there. There's probably a dozen Kalui loaches in here, but finding them is gonna be fun. I got 2 whiptail catfish. That was another question I was asking everybody. I don't specifically know how to sex whiptail catfish, so if anybody in the chat knows how to do so, please let me know. I think one person told me I think the males are actually smaller and the females is bigger, but that's pretty much all you have to go off of. So the goldfish definitely depends on the breeder they originate from. Warmer is safer. Eric is finishing up Bewizzle, just started. Well, thanks, Jeff Kane. I didn't know who was all live, and I'm kind of like a random out in left field, and again, I've been out of it for a minute. I haven't been able to attend streams now. Recently, in the last few days, I've been trying to pop into people's streams and re-show my presence and support. But I've only recently started trying to put out content, and I'm going to try to start going live again, and I'm going to try to maintain this tank and add some more fish. And I didn't know if anybody had any ideas of what they think would look good in it, or I mean, you can tell me, hey, that fish needs to come out. One of my buddies, he's an admin in my group, he's said, hey, you probably should remove the goldfish and add some fiber floss to the canister and it'll clear right up. And that's an awesome critique or answer to my question. You know, I'm not above or below anybody or anyone in any suggestion. Obviously, I love Corys. I'd like to get some of the more expensive ones. These guys are probably my prettiest Corys that I have. I like CPDs, but these copper-nosed barb, anything that is a top-level fish and it is small, they're going to eat it. I found out the hard way. Oh, no, buddy. They're not massive. Literally. Okay, so look. My finger... He's only about an inch right now. Now, don't get me wrong. He'll get 3 or 4, you know, inches or so. Oh, there's another one in here. I think he's a black moor. He's back there. But they're not super, super big. Wow, Miss Patty. Hello. Welcome. You didn't miss this one. So it's on the lower side of tropical. It's at like 75. And Jeff, you've attended my streams enough, dude. You're about to become a moderator. Zoltan's Aquatics. You need more plants. I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. But I'm going to be the first to admit, I'm not a plant guy. And don't get me wrong, like, from the beginning of me being in the hobby, I've hated fake plants and I've always tried some live plants. But I'm not the best at it. I got some easy green. I be trying to, do my ferts and put my lights on timers, but I don't know if it's the stock that I have, something eats it, or what. So I need to get just like some hardy plants and let it be a simple planted tank. Like I want to get some jungle vowels and I don't know, maybe some water spray. I would like to get a crinum cal. I don't know how to actually pronounce the full word, but I'm sure you know what it is. It's like a $15 plant on Aquarium Co-op, but it's real pretty when it grows big. I would like to get some carpeting plants, but for some reason I never seem to have luck with carpeting plants. So if you guys know a bulletproof carpet plant, put it in the comments. And that's what I was gonna say. Usually I just do sand or I just do gravel. This tank I done differently though. So there's probably 2.5 inches of gravel down here, and then it's capped with another inch, I don't know, about an inch and a half of sand. So I'm hoping maybe that will be the trick for me, The roots get down deep in the gravel holds them down, they can really get bedded, anything. I mean, I ain't got no big cichlids in here, so nothing is really going to be tugging at them. But nonetheless, something's tugging at it or whatever, it's in there. Get these lights on a proper timer system and, put a few ferts in there once a week, and I hope that it will, actually come along. Maybe get a couple Amazon swords. Now, those aren't bulletproof, but they're pretty simple. I do got this, you can't see it, but I do got a big old bamboo plant growing out of this thing. Does everybody got a big Easter plans? Because I don't. Easter weekend, whatever, Good Friday, and then whatnot. We might go catch the Mario movie, but I don't know. It depends on monies. I'm probably going to do just some tank maintenance, like throughout all of my tanks and stuff, including my snake tanks and whatnot, because I'm building a snake enclosure. It's coming along pretty good, and I'm just going to really tidy up some of my stuff because, like I said, I've been slacking and, kind of got in a funk, and I guess you'd almost call it burnout, but it was more because of life, not because I was necessarily burnt out on the hobby. This hobby is so peaceful, and I hope that I never just, I just want to quit. But sometimes it happens, and then we come back and revisit the hobby years later, so I have one of these, where is he at? Oh yeah, there's a couple Pandagaras in here. I need to get a few more of them just so they have a little posse going on. Thanks for the likes, everybody. I appreciate it. 6 people hanging out in chat. Y'all are awesome. And if you got tanks, what fish are you keeping right now? Do you have a variety? Are you keeping cichlids, community fish, strictly salt? This little guy right here got a lot of controversy, which I never knew they made glow corridoras, but community fish and shrimp. Man, I've always wanted to do a shrimp tank, but I always try to add them into a community tank, and I pretty much murder the shrimp, I guess, so. And I've never really just, I don't know, not that it's empty, but like setting a tank up just for shrimp, I don't know. Kyle, Poseidon's Pets, that's my dude. Shout out to him. He really knows what he's doing with shrimp. He's a cool dude, and I'm always bugging him sometimes. Like, dude, one day I'm going to do an awesome shrimp tank, and I'm going to come to you. Alright, thanks for stopping by. Jeff came, what state are you in? Zoltan Aquatics recommended S. Reapins. Okay. He's in Indiana. Yeah, Jeff, I'm in Indiana. I have some Easter plans. I plan on getting flucked up. Good job, Patty. I might do that one too. Oh yeah, that Corey's kind of cool too. And that I'm bad about that. Like, I don't know all the names of the Corys. I just know I like Corridoras. Like, I know my albinos and my bronze. And I believe these are called like Julii or something, but I could be wrong. I don't know exactly. Also got, see, I have never done them. And the only reason why is because, again, I'd want to put them with fish. And, like, they eat fish, right? Craig's Catfish Cave. What's up, buddy? Thanks for stopping in. But ain't that correct? Zoltan, don't those African dwarf frogs eat fish? And if you try to, like, put them with a cichlid, the cichlids are actually going to pick on them. So, like, I guess I just don't know where the happy medium is there. I appreciate the likes, y'all. I feel like a little kid. It's like, ooh! I highly recommend staying away from Facebook for advice. Yeah. I completely know what you're saying there. That's why I created my own group on there a long time ago. We got about 800 members, and I know that's nothing compared to some of these groups. Like, I'm in groups that have 100,000 people in it, or 10,000 people, or 1,000 people, or, you know. But, we try not to bash in our group. We try to just strictly give advice per, you know, like the recommendation, and try to be different than other groups, but sometimes it's hard to avoid. And I put myself out there. Like, I literally showed you guys a community tank, which is pretty much 99% of tropical fish. And then I said, oh yeah, by the way, look at this guy. And look at this guy, and wherever, look at this guy, and then wherever the other one is, you know. I get it. And who knows, I might, but I know full term they need more than a 55. But for now, I might eventually set them up their own 55 or whatever. They're small right now. They seem to be doing okay. Everybody, they were together with the fish when I got them for their whole time, so they at least coexist peacefully. And I've never really known goldfish to be mean, per se, but, I mean, I guess they can be territorial. Does anybody know how to sex angels? Because maybe if I just got another male or female or whatever, that would be okay, right? I'm actually surprised this angel and that gourami back there don't fight, but they seem to just kind of stay out of each other's way. The frogs will be fine with fish, but the frogs can eat the fish fry. So don't have them with babies, or at least fish that you plan to try to breed. Zoltan, do you know about, like, kalui loaches? Would they see it like a worm, like a food, and try to eat them? And Jeff Kane said Kabomba purple, dwarf sage, and crypt windy green and bronze, brown, and red. So those are real hardy plants. Do you know if they're a low light or mid light or high light requirement? There's also a featherfin catfish in here, and I'm going to let him grow out a little bit, and he'll go in the pond. I got one Botia loach. I don't know why she only got one. That will be one of my next purchases. He's back there. He deserves some company. At least get a few of them. I see one of my Kaluis back here by the filter, but you're not going to get to see him. And I really wish my eel would come out and say hello, but I just don't think he's going to. My noodle. I got a couple rabbit snails in here. I want to get a few more of them. And I was debating on if I should get mystery snails. Now, in my experience, they don't typically eat plants, but they will eat like dying and dead plants or whatever. And most people will say they don't do a whole lot for algae, but I feel like they do a little cleaning. Plus, they're just cool to look at. So I'll probably obviously get a few snails. I reckon once I get more plants, then it won't look so empty. Maybe, I know I can't be at the limits of fish in here because this is a big tank. Once again, 135 gallons. Oh, I know what I know what I do want to get. I don't know if y'all have heard of them. I done a video on it a long time ago because I got them from Dan's Fish on Get Gills. And I done an unboxing video, but I would like to get a few horse face loaches. They are the weirdest looking things, but they are cool, and they're in a good community edition. They will literally burrow down, and you will just see their little heads sticking out, almost like a goby. Almost any light. They would be fine with Kalui loaches, but max height is 20 inches. Is that because they got a surface? Mystery snails do work. I love nearite snails because the eggs won't hatch. It depends on how hungry they are for any snail. All of them are scavengers. Correct, but I'm also going to feed for the snail, like specifically, different vegetables, repashes, little pellets, and, stuff like that. So as long as everybody's pretty much well fed. Now, if there's a little snackage and all my plants are doing okay, then I won't be too mad. But, I don't want to go throwing snails in there and they just destroy any plant that I got in there, and then I'm back to square one. Shamu Aquariums. How many rainbow sharks you got in there? Well, hello and welcome to Casual Aquatics. I'm not sure if I've seen you in my stream before. I will answer that question. I have 2. Oh no, I lied. I have 3. I have a bigger one, and then I got 2 little dudes like that. I got an original one, and then there's an albino in here somewhere hiding around the same size as that one. Do you have any Oscars, Andy? Yeah, out in my pond. Yes, they need a surface and not great swimmers. Come from slow flowing waters. Gotcha. So it'd have to be like a separate tank. Horse face loaches will eat the snails. Which snails? because they don't get that big, and they have little mouths. Oh, wait. Well, okay, I know they can suck, like on ram's horn snails, these freaking dojos will suck them out of the shell, but somehow my rabbit snails don't get bothered, and I think it's because they have that foot. And then so don't mystery snails. They have that, like, foot or whatever pad. I don't know what it's called. If Anita was in here, she could tell you right away. But I think it's like a clef or a club, or at any rate, they have that thing. And horse-faced loaches, I mean, they can open their mouth kind of good, but I'm thinking or hoping, and thank you for pointing this out, because that makes me question. I need to do some research. But I think at least my rabbits and mystery snails would be okay with the horse-faced loaches. I need to just ask Johnny or Dan. I started the frogs in a 20 tall and did fine. They sucked them out. Right, but what about rabbits and mystery snails? How they gonna... That's a bigger... I mean, you might be right, man. You might be right. Ram's horn snails will clean glass and plant. Zoltan, you're right, man. And I usually lit tanks. In fact, I got a 29-gallon that I have just lit in ram's horns breeding there, because I also use them as feeders and stuff. But that way there's so many, even if they get eaten, I can throw a few dozen in a tank and let them attempt to do some stuff, and then they also serve as food, and it's a win-win. Shamu Aquarium said, "Whoa, what are those two big guys that are chasing each other?" Well, they're actually pacing, but I wish I had a whole big old group of them, and I met somebody on Instagram that tried to buy these guys from me. But at any rate, these guys are called copper-nosed barbs. And they're not technically a barb, but that's what they're referred to as. And I had to do a little research on them to learn everything about them. But I do have a care tips video on them, and a couple of them if you want to go check them out. And I promise the facts are, I looked them up and asked a million people. And, you know, I try to do my research and be thorough when I do my videos. But they're really cool. I actually got them at an auction, and I paid $35 for them. And the guy that reached out to me said they're worth almost double that. But if he actually bred them and sold them, he'd probably sell them around that $35 mark. They're really cool. They've been with me for a while. If you're not careful with snails and plecos being fed, they can eat snails out of the shell too. Yeah, and there's a common pleco in here. He's probably about 4 inches right now. I don't have any other plecos in here at the moment. Andy, Justin had one and it hated me. I was the only person who it would follow around the tank. I also remember one of his nephews sticking a finger in the tank with no problems, but when I did it, it attacked me. I don't think it, like, I mean, I don't know, my Oscars, Lady and Tramp, rest in peace, I feel like they knew who I was, because I was the one that was always there, fed them, they were waiting for me when I came home from work, and they'd be shifting back and forth, just like, come on, Dad, come feed me. But, I don't know if they really can tell and distinguish. I reckon if somehow you, like, scared them or startled them, and he's never, ever done that to them, maybe they recognized. Or the one time he put his hand in, for whatever reason, they wasn't hungry, and when you put your hand in, they thought it was a worm. I have bristle-nosed plecos that breed like crazy. I bred some last year, actually, and I got a handful of them in this tank, this 55-gallon over here, and if they decide to breed again, cool. If not, I'm not pressing for it. I know Bristlenose will snack on plants occasionally too, so I try not to put them in tanks with plants or whatever. I am. The baby plecos love the snow shows. Have always had... What? Fish? Tanks? You like commenting and then retracting. How am I going to make you a mod if you can't put an answer correctly, Andy? Everybody, Andrew Riggs is my cousin. I was actually shocked. Him and my brother Donnie was in here at the same time. That was pretty cool. But yeah, so not a whole lot, but this is that. Patty. Hi, Andy. Patty is a comedian, Andy. If you actually start attending my streams or even venture off into some fish streams yourself just because you're bored and you find Patty in them, you will see. Because I had always been around the Oscar and I would feed it more than Justin. I don't know. Check it out. I've had a fish that will let me like pet it. Like stroke its back. Like these dojos will swim through my hands. But that's just normal for them. I've had Oscars and like jaguar cichlids that will let me pet it. And I've had others that they're going to bite my hand. My Oscars only bit me ever once because they had eggs in the tank and they were guarding them. And I was trying to get some of them out and they wasn't having it and bit me right on my pinky. Oscars like to be pet, for sure. Coro works. Well, hello, and thank you. I appreciate you stopping by. I don't know if you caught any of the beginning, hurry up, zoom back, whatever. I can repeat myself. Read the description, pretty much. I rescued some community fish. This used to be my cichlid tank, and I turned it into a community tank, 135 gallons. I pretty much was asking what you would add or remove. No right or wrong answer, as long as you can be optimistic with me in my response. And what are good hardy plants, because I don't quite have the aquatic green thumb yet. Like, I've had some that do good, and I've had some that don't. Pretty much, whatever you want to add to the chat, I appreciate it, and thanks for your company and support. Coro said lots of eels like to be pet too. You got me messed up. I ain't petting my tiger eel in there. My 24 KT mountain minnows nip my fingers when I feed. Mountain minnows, 24 KT. Are they big? And for some reason, I keep on hitting the send button on the chat, and I'm not used to it. I'm used to using the normal enter button. It's cool, man. It takes a minute to learn the chat and all the little functions and stuff like that. Honestly, with the new mobile setup for live streams, you can't zoom back, and I don't even know where you on the streams in the modern setup. Okay, I got you. I was gonna use StreamYard, but I done this kind of in a bit of a hurry. Normally I schedule my lives, and I only go live on usually Sundays because that's my day off. And I just go once a week, and I try to have a special guest, and we go through a bunch of fish questions. But this one was kind of random. I was at work, so I just used the mobile app to hurry up and set it up. It's a little more convenient, but you're right, it has its setbacks. I hate that I can't turn my phone sideways and show you guys the screen because it blacks out. Like, I want you guys, get a full view of the tank. Sorry, my house is a little messy. They're a golden Mount Orange minnow, white cloud minnow, 2 inches max. Bro, that's actually kind of cool. I've had like mollies and little fish, my Cory cats, and my where are they? The Hoplo catfish will do that. They'll come up and like nibble at your fingers, and of course my dojos do it on the bottom of my hand, and it's such a like, it's a tickly feeling. It's kind of cool. See if they'll come over here. Noodles. Come here, Noodle. Oh, the goldfish did. No, my luck, these copper-nosed barbs are gonna come up, and that might actually feel a little different. See if I come over here. Come here, Noodle. Molly's checking it out. He's trying to eat my fingers too. So, typically only my dojo loaches come up to me, so that's pretty neat. We'll consider this a test experiment. Which fish nibble hurts the worst? I'm just kidding. You said you pet your eel. If my tiger eel comes up to my hand, I'm moving it. I promise you that. I am moving my hand. And he's a baby, but I still don't want bit by his sharp little razors. Wow, I missed some stuff. Sorry, I'm just blabbing. Okay, sorry, no complaints on my end. I just noticed Craig was saying there were new settings and some streams have been weird since IDK. YouTube been running updates, pushing the algorithm. I got a mix of the 24KT mixed with regular white clouds and some long fins. Zoltan said hey to Coro. Coro, I should probably update. Hey, Zoltan. IDK Jeff, I can't even back it up to re-listen to what people say anymore. You might want to never update. Train him to hand feed gently by wearing gloves first. What, like those Kevlar or metal gloves, bro? Like, he's cool, but when he strikes with velocity. And then it is cool watching him just do the barrel roll and rip it into shreds. I can't wait till he gets big, because I've seen so many videos of people keeping them with community fish as long as they're raised with them or whatever their whole, lives, and somehow they don't even bother the fish. They just want the food that you're going to feed them. And I mean, I feed them pretty much raw shrimp. Occasionally I'll put some bloodworms or a night crawler in there or something like that. 9 people in here now. Hello. I'm not sure who stopped in. I don't know how much you've seen or missed. I will gladly repeat if you didn't catch the description, the whole point of this tank, and the question I had to ask people and stuff like that. I really should. And see, I don't think you can do that with the mobile app. You can't do tickers. That's the one downfall, is you can't do like tickers and things that go across your screen, because then I could have had that as a question just up there, so if anybody new actually hopped in, then they would know what we were talking about and what the whole point of this is and all of that. 11 likes. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, y'all. This was just by chance. And by chance, I got 6 cool people to hang out with me. Going on 40 minutes now. So thank you very, very much. It really makes me happy. How old are you, bro? Hold up. Before I tell you, Shamu, I want you to guess. Because I know sometimes I sound like a kid. And sometimes I sound like an old-ass man. Pardon my language. Jeff. Who's Jeff? Let me know real names. Oh, Jeff Kane. Yeah, okay, duh. I knew that one. I'm just saying, it seems like y'all kind of... Oh, Geek Boy, what up? There's a familiar face. But I feel out of place, like y'all kind of know each other, it sounds like, and somebody says somebody's real name versus a screen name. Like I said, I've been away for a little while. I feel like the third wheel, like, oh, hi, screen name 2478. Jeff Kane, are you guessing my age? Andy asked, have you gotten any members yet? I can remember you talking about having some videos for them when you do. I'm not sure if I have any, I forgot what it's called. It's like, it's more than just subscribing. It's like, VIP or something. You guys, I don't remember what it's called. I'm that out of touch. But, I don't know if I do or not. I can't even think what it's called. Membership, yeah, duh. There you go. Membership. No, Andy, I do not have membership. I am 39 on the 30th. Oh, wow, Zoltan's older than me. All right, guys, I must put myself out there. I'm going to be 31 in May. Jeff Kane. Shamu, everyone under 40 sounds like a teenager to me. How old are you? Legacy Hobbyist, what's up? Hello. Coro turned 27 today. Melvin. Oh, yeah. Melvin is Legacy. That's what I mean. I was just talking about I don't know everybody's screen names, and I fell out of the loop. But yeah, what up, Melvin? Thank you for stopping in, buddy. It's been a minute. It's your birthday? Oh, wait, no. Coro. Yeah, happy birthday. My bad. 44 going on 75. Hey, I'm 30 going on at least 60. My knees pop every time I squat. Melly Mel. This is my new community tank. I don't know if you saw any of my videos or updates, but I rescued a bunch of fish. The topic of the night is what would you add or take away from this tank? No right or wrong answers, as long as you yourself can be optimistic to somebody else's opinion. And otherwise, I'm not a aquatic green thumb, and hardy plant suggestions. For reference, it's 3 inches of gravel, 1 inch of sand capped, and it's 135 gallons. I'll try to back up since on the app you can't turn it sideways. Kind of let y'all see that full stretch there. How tall is a 135? I think 2 foot. Like this tank goes down another 3 inches and it comes up to like right here. Melvin, last I knew you were able to start setting up tanks. You got anything new going on, buddy? Damn, I'm still the kid of the YouTube fish keeping gang. I'm 24, been doing the fish thing on YouTube since I was 13. Shamu, that's awesome, bro. I wish I would have put effort into it at 13. Now, I've always had fish tanks growing up in my family. Y'all might find it kind of funny. I'm a carny, and my mom used to run the goldfish game. I think that's kind of where it all started for me. Plus, I was raised up going fishing and stuff like that. And as I got older, I grew more attached to animals than people, so it just kind of went hand in hand. Coro works, swords. Are you talking about the plant or the fish? The plant. Easiest plant for a tank tall enough is Amazon swords. I thought you were talking about swordfish. And not the salt water, of course. Because that might be something I add in here. A little group of them. Fully mature ones, though, because I swear if they're small enough, these copper nose barbs do not play. They will even go after mollies. What do you think, in y'all's opinions, while I got 9 of you in here, is the easiest carpeting plant? And 14 likes, thank you very much. Probably going to be the most likes I got in a stream. And I haven't been active in the last few months. It's crazy. Thanks so much, guys. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Looking at my simple tank. There ain't nothing super fancy going on in here. There ain't $1,000 fish or an 8-foot arowana or, you know, something exaggerate. But at any rate, y'all still hanging out at 11. Well, it's probably getting close to midnight my time. Y'all that are central, it's 11 or getting close. And what, over there in California, it's like still early, 9 o'clock or something. Where's everybody from in chat? Like, you ain't got to say state, just say time zone or whatever. What time is it? Hi, Wanger Bang. Mom should be home soon, buddy. I know, Dad's being lame. Everybody, this is Wang. Geek Boy, you're in Colorado? My cousin Andy that's in chat right now, he was living there for a couple years. Right, Andy? At least a couple? I think dwarf or miniature hairgrass are the easiest to grow, but I run dirted and high light. A lot of people like baby tears for carpeting plants, though, and they're easier to plant. Hairgrass is... I think I ain't got a problem with high light. So this light doesn't look super bright, and really it's probably not. It's a old-fashioned, like big old long tube light. But I have better lights, and if I get back into the hobby, start making content, start getting views and, you know, a little help because I'm a poor, broke person, then I'm thinking about buying Corey's 4-foot light, planted light, and this would be the tank it would go on. But that bad boy's like $180 or something on there. Or it might be a little cheaper. $9.50 here in Colorado. Not tweezers friendly. Are you saying the dwarf miniature is not tweezers friendly? And then if so, what, you just shove it in there? It is 8:50 p.m. here in Huntington Beach, California. I'm guessing that's California, but there's some kind of a thing to that. And a beautiful 25 degrees with snow. No way, bro. It's like 70 degrees. I don't know. It might be more in the 60s now over here in Indiana. And there is no snow. You would need CO2 and pretty high light to do a standard carpet in a tank that deep. See, I don't want to do CO2. That's too expensive and that's too much just for me to mess around and kill off $60, $70 worth of plants. And I don't want to do CO2. So I can hope for the best and try to provide the best. But could you tell me why? Why at that depth are you saying that it needs CO2? Educate me, because I am not above learning. I lived there for 7 years minimum, and I loved Colorado. I want to go back. I knew it was something, and I knew you would like seeing that. In northern Wisconsin, I will be getting some plants from Silver Creek Aquatics. Also, I would be getting some bristlenose plecos, etc. for your 40 breeder. That'd be cool, Melvin. Hairgrass is just kind of a pain to plant. Once it's rooted, it's a great plant, but the growing is kind of difficult. Do you literally gotta plant like each individual blade? Because I think that's where I've messed up then. Because I'll take the little amount that they give you and then just shove it in the substrate. The very beginning of growing is difficult. I mean, 11:52 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Oh yeah, we're on the same time zone, Melvin. It was 60s yesterday. Yeah, yesterday or today, earlier today, it got up to like 73 for us. Let's get filtered out. Lights get filtered out very quickly through water. Zoltan, I miss the normal snow and the lower temperatures because of the fact that there is no humidity. I should have thawed out a piece of shrimp so that I could get my eel out. The next time I go live, if you see me live, I will try to remember that stream. I will drop shrimp in here so that you can at least see the tiger eel. I got a few videos on my channel you're welcome to check out. He's a really cool dude. I know some of you have already seen him, but at any rate, I'll try to make that a thing where I get him to come out. Unless otherwise it's like a special guest that I finally get to come up here, and then that might be a little different. Man, I'm missing all kinds of what y'all are talking. I can carpet in a 75 with a flue ball and mild CO2. I just don't want to, like, not that I don't want to, but yeah, I don't want to. You can say it's not. I can get a bunch of people in one hand that says it's complicated and expensive. And then in another hand, I can get people that say it's not complicated, but it is expensive. And then you have this group over here. Well, you can run a cheap, low-level CO2, and it still can be kind of complicated, but it's not as expensive. I don't know. I don't want to kill my fish with too much CO2. I know you got to be careful with the regulators, and I just don't think it's my cup of tea right now. And I applaud all of you that actually do CO2 and you have those big, vibrant, beautiful jungles in your house, then I would love to have it. And I'll try with the best I can lights and whatnot that just don't require CO2. That is why reef tanks have to use that god-awful bleeding out your eyes blue light scene, but blue lights penetrate further. So right, and some of those planted tank lights have that feature, and again, I thought about potentially buying Corey's planted light that he has out, or whatever, the 4-foot one. Every inch of water both absorbs light and disperses it out of the tank, and that reduces the effectiveness of brighter lights. You can combat that with submersible lights to some extent, though. But how does lack of light and adding CO2 compensate? I never gotten into CO2 and all that other crazy stuff. I keep my tank very low maintenance and low cost. That's me, Shamu. I'm a poor guy that still wants to enjoy the hobby. Now, don't get me wrong, I've acquired nice things slowly but surely over time, and catching deals and people quitting the hobby and stuff like that. And I am very grateful, I guess, for those opportunities, but I just can't blow hundreds of dollars anymore, you know, every month or every week or whatever on the hobby. I can't do it. I can't afford to. Maybe if, you know, I get more views and stuff, whatever, but even then, like, it's not about the money for YouTube. I like growing the hobby. I like to hear somebody say, hey, you just inspired me to do that, or you showed me something, and then I learned something from them, and, you know, just educate each other, not bash and fish police, you know, each other. Grow and learn from each other, so it is what it is. How long does it take to thaw shrimp? I mean, usually I thaw like 12 to 15 pieces at a time because I have other predator tanks in my pond and stuff like that with fish that strictly eat like raw shrimp and whatnot. But I mean, it probably only for one piece, and I couldn't do one piece because these dojo loaches, they take their fair share of the shrimp. Like, you see them in the tiger eels just going at it. So I'd have to at least thaw a few pieces in hopes. But, you know, 10, 15 minutes or so in some cold water. Cool tiger barbs. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Those guys were definitely rescued. I did not purchase them. Would reminding you at the beginning of a live make a difference? Coro, are you talking about me thawing out shrimp? Because it most definitely would. If you're in here at the beginning and you're like, hey man, you said you was going to feed your tiger eels so that it would come out. Because he does look really cool barreling across this big old tank. But, yeah, and say, hey, you said you're going to feed? And I'd be like, you know what? Dang it, you're right. And that's what we would do. I'd instantly stop what I'm doing, go to the freezer, grab some out, thaw it out, and we'll feed them. Expensive is relative. Man. I don't even know what passive injected CO2 means because I've never used it. Get a RGB floodlight for your tank. You should only keep a tank the way you want to. So long as you and your fish are happy, that is the important thing. Jeff, that is pretty much my bottom line goal, and I think it should be every hobbyist. As long as you are providing what they need, the proper amount of space per each fish, and they're happy, healthy. You know, you're keeping your ammonia, nitrite, nitrates, and all of that, you know, at zero, then you're doing something okay. I used to kind of say, my videos, if you've watched any of them, I'm kind of raw. Like, I try to edit and do a few things here and there, but, like, what you see is what you get. Hi, my name's Shawn, and I have fish. You know, like, I'm not trying to be nobody that I'm not. I'm me, and I enjoy this hobby like the next guy. Photosynthesis is limited by light levels and I know the word, it's just hard to pronounce, CO2 or CO2 in the water column. Ah, okay, cool. So if someone increases the CO2 in their tank, it allows the plant to photosynthesize more effectively, efficiently, to utilize the light available to them. Bro, what are you, like a science major or something? Or did you learn that strictly from getting in the hobby? Jeff Kane said, Coro is way better at words than I am, for sure. There's also like wavelength stuff for what gets absorbed. Yeah, I have looked at those charts. And also like the amount that the different colors actually reach. Andy talking about Colorado. Zoltan, that dude would talk to you about Colorado forever. Like hairgrass in the wild lives in like 6 inches of water or something, and that's with the sun, not some LEDs. Coro, and see, I love that mindset. I like to try to think of like native and natural too, and how stuff works. Like, think about some of those murky ponds you see. Like, you know, water ain't, or sun ain't going but a foot in, maybe a foot and a half, and if it's lighter, then it will go deeper. But there's still some plants that, in fact, grow right underneath that. This plant used to be big, pretty, and have all kinds of leaves on it. And I had it in a different tank, and that's what I mean. It started, like, dying off on me. So I'm hoping this tank, I can turn it around. I see a lot of new buds starting to grow up over there if the fish would move out of the way. So there's some new growth there, which is promising. And I hope it resprouts up, because it's a real pretty leafy plant. Andy, we've had snow on like the last 10 Halloweens. Zoltan and Andy, have you guys acknowledged where each other like lived? Like, did you guys ironically possibly live in the same city or near each other? Thanks, Jeff, but you know how to breed fish. Wait, I missed something. Oh, no, okay, yeah. I prefer experimenting and learning via experience. I'm the same way. No two tanks are the same. For anybody that watches this after it goes live, I doubt you get this far, but everybody in the chat, I'm sure you all know this. No two tanks are the same. I can take the same exact tank and set it up, throw the same fish in there, the same substrate, and I bet there'll be some differences. You know, so I think that's where he was from. Oh, no. Denver and Lakewood. Yeah, close to it. He used to be security or something out there. And then didn't he work at a Dollar General? Hobby, yo. That's awesome. I love that the hobby made you, like, well, not that it made you, but it did. It made you want to educate yourself and learn about that. Like, me? I don't like reading books. I hate to read books. Always have. Pretty much always will. But since getting in this hobby, if I see a fish book, I'm grabbing it. And I'm deciphering it. I got old school aquarium magazines like from the 60s and all kinds of stuff. This hobby has made reading okay for me. Learning is fun again and exploring now. I haven't, discovered something that nobody has, and I haven't done a thing that nobody else done yet that I know of. But, I've still done things that impress me and has better helped my knowledge in the hobby. I mean, how many people in here can tell me they have not killed their fish? Don't worry, I'll wait. Show of hands in the chat. You haven't killed a fish. Oh, there's got to be somebody in here that's the ultimate expert. No hands in the chat? Exactly, man. Exactly. Wait, DIY, you're supposed to put a hand up if you never killed a fish. Jeff, you're telling me you ain't never had a fish die on you? Coro, there you go. I haven't killed a fish this year. Things happen, guys. Sometimes your tank just crashes. And that is a bottomless stomach filling, but things happen. Now, if you intentionally take any of the fish you see in this tank, outside of the featherfin catfish when he gets bigger, and the eel when he gets bigger, but you take any other fish in here and throw it in a tank with jaguars and oscars and red devils and the fish gets killed, that's your fault. That ain't, oh, it just happened. Now, if it's the first time, oh, I hope you wasn't that naive not to do a little research, but okay, I guess we all get one really bad just oops. But then from there, everybody has this phone or a computer at their hand, and it's simple. Cool, I ride my electric unicycle down there by Bear Creek High pretty regularly. Lived in Thornton and Westminster. I've lost fish. That's what I mean. Even the greats, whoever you might call them. Corey, he's lost fish. Joey, King of Die, he's lost fish. I'll give a shout out to my buddy, Chris Palmer. I know he's lost fish. It happens. Just as long as you try to at least learn from it, realize what happened, and try to do better the next time, then I don't think it's completely terrible. And again, to each their own on how you set it up. I like the misfit communities, and I do like challenging like fish that necessarily probably wouldn't. Like, I probably shouldn't have firemouth cichlids in here, but they get along with everybody so far. I will watch them and, make sure if I see any aggression start to happen, I'll instantly pull them. But be prepared, have other tanks, and I have other tanks. I've had probably like 6 or 7 of you hang in here this whole time, and thank you. But now there has been like 8 to 9 people hanging out regularly, and we actually have 10 people in here with 15 likes, and this is crazy to me. Thank you. It's like midnight now and 11 o'clock, and I don't know, one of you said it was only like 8:30 earlier or 9 o'clock, so it's probably still early for you, but thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the likes and just hanging out and listening to my annoying voice and looking at the same fish swim back and forth. Patty said fish keepers don't sleep. I know, right? And then when you, here, y'all are going to see my ugly mug for a minute. When you also add another hobby since y'all ain't on my reptile channel, I'll just kind of show you. I've turned this 180 into a reptile tank. It had a leak, and then I was just going to use the glass for the 1,000-gallon that I want to build later on. But now that I got a snake, I'm turning this bad boy into a snake enclosure. I built a 3D background, and I'm learning with the reptile hobby. You can do some different stuff, obviously, that you can't do with a fish tank. But, so that's kind of neat, and I'm hoping that even re-inspires me to, holy crap. Nuh-uh. Is that the Joey? Come on, man, don't play with me. Do not play with me. Like, you can't look at these tanks. Stop. Don't do it to me. I didn't even see him. Like, he don't hop in. I did do an unboxing, I guess, of his book, because I bought it, because he's awesome. And like I just mentioned, I have plans to hopefully build like a 1,000-gallon tank. And he's done everything. I've been here a minute. I'm on my break. Joey, thank you so much, man. Like, I kind of like starstruck. And I know I've seen you in your lives, and you're like, man, don't. I'm just a person, you know? I just love this hobby. And that's awesome. But you obviously know you got status, and I am beyond honored that you came and hung out with me. Real quick, while you're in here, man, I don't know, obviously you probably didn't catch none of the before, so I'm just going to tell you real quick, and then you can maybe say something, give me a thing, and then leave, or whatever. But let me just get it out. So I rescued a bunch of community fish. This is a 135-gallon tank. It is got 3 inches of sand, gravel, and then it's capped, or gravel, and then it's capped with 1 inch of sand. And I simply was asking people what they would add or remove from this tank. No right or wrong answers, as long as you're optimistic to other people's responses. And I've had a couple people on Facebook say I would remove the goldfish. Some people, you know, they're cool water fish. They're not tropical fish. Right now this tank is running at like lower level tropical, about 74, 75 degrees. Pretty much you have your tetras, mollies, copper nose barbs, hoplo catfish. I got some fire mouse. I got a freshwater tiger eel in here, dojo loaches. I mean, you see it, it's there. And then an odd angel. And I was maybe going to get another angel, but I don't want to deal with like babies from angels. I know they can be aggressive and stuff. So maybe if you know how to sex an angelfish. I know you're the Oscars and big fish. And Andy, you're in the chat still. Joey, King of Die, man. That's that dude. I've told you about him. The whole, like, my first Oscars I got, like, Joey was, like, one of the first channels outside of Corey that I absolutely found, looked up, and just, like, fell in love with. That dude's a legend, and he hung out in my chat for a minute. Crazy. We've been joking he's in here for 5 minutes or something. Joey is the only one here been doing tube and shamu, I bet. It's not a hobby, it's a commitment to living things that depend on you. Too many people think these fish are disposable, and they ain't. I remember getting super excited when Joey put roseline sharks in his massive aquarium. Laugh out loud, that's a dream tank for me right there. It's a lifestyle. I say good morning and good night to all my water buddies. I used to say, good morning and good night to my Oscars. I don't talk to all of my fish, but I am particular to some, and the ones that I've had longer. And sadly, my original Oscars, they died on me, and I had them for like 7 years, and that was disappointing, and so on and so forth. Now I got some more big fish out in the pond and stuff like that. But I really think I'm kind of moving more towards community fish until if I can build at least 1,000-gallon fish tank. I got my 1,300-gallon pond right now, but I need a more permanent solution for red-tailed catfish. I gotta run. Enjoy your tank. See you later, everyone. I don't know. Tank looks big enough for it to work. If you like it, keep it like that. Seems like a fun tank to watch. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Joey. Thank you. Have a good day, man. Patty, yeah, absolutely. Right at Jeff Kane. Just like a decent person doesn't get rid of your dog or cat, you should not get rid of your fish unless it's for a blank good reason. Later, sir. Agreed with Patty. I have friends with fish tanks who are just like whatever with their fish and flush them down the toilet. No! That's bad for the environment. If anything, it's just bad for the environment, but man. That said, I think for a lot of people it's both hobby and a commitment. Garcia Aquatics. Well, hello everyone. Garcia is here. What's up, Garcia? I haven't seen you in a while, buddy. Melvin, let me, so I'm even, I guess, humble enough to not necessarily defend him, but at least clarify that. Melvin said, I like the goldfish in there, and people say goldfish can't go with tropical fish. Shawn, and your proof. Melvin, people say goldfish shouldn't go with tropical fish because most goldfish are known to be cold water fish. They like temperatures from 52 to 69 degrees, somewhere in there. But a lot of people will tell you your higher end goldfish, and if they are, bred in captivity and raised in warmer water, then they can do okay. They actually thrive better in it. So that's going to be a very controversy subject. And not that I'm going to do what people say just because, but I want to take it into consideration. If you convince me enough that I am torturing this fish, that he does not look happy, healthy, and he does not get bigger in the next 3 weeks, show growth, then okay, here we go. We're setting up another tank. But that's just it. I would like to hope people know that I have tanks. I have tanks that are not filled, just stacking. I've been selling tanks just for a little bit of a side income. So push come to shove, I'll set up another tank. It might be a back break or a little bit of a headache or, and a financial expense. But I'll do it because that's what you should do. Or I'll rehome them. Like, as long as I don't get attached to them, even though they're really cute, as long as I know somebody has the right size tank for them, I can just, let somebody else enjoy them. And maybe I'll get to see them occasionally. I do enjoy breeding fish, so I do need to sell fish or I would get overrun. Do you have a shop, Jeff? I've sold fish, but just randomly at a fish auction, and when my Oscars bred, I sold like 200 fish. That was the best sell ever. Goldfish do better in cold water and will live longer and spawn better etc. in cold water. But you have really good points about how they bred in captivity etc. as well, because no fancy goldfish is wild caught. Look into the farms and breeders. No goldfish in the hobby is wild. Rehoming fish isn't as hard as rehoming a dog or a cat for me though. Fish don't become emotionally attached to you, dogs do. The dogs and cats will always come before the fish if I was put in the situation. Shamu, the fish don't become attached to you. You become attached to the fish, or at least I do, and that's where my problem is with even rehoming fish. But if it's for the best of the fish, then I will. Good point, Jeff. Even comments are bred. See? Exactly. Now, again, I don't know. I don't want to make people mad, but I'm also not going to be a people pleaser, you know? If I feel that I'm providing my fish, obviously they have adequate space in this tank. We'll just get that out of here. Obviously they are well fed, or you just got to believe me that I take care of my fish as far as food. Thirdly, there's no big aggressors to them in here. Like those copper-nosed barbs are the main aggressors in this tank, along with those little fire mouse cichlids when they get bigger, but they won't be in here at full size or much bigger. So we'll take that out of the sequence. The only thing that somebody has to tell me is, well, you have them in tropical temperatures. And I have them at a low tropical, as you heard me say, 74, 75 degrees. Patty, I wish I could go to the Clash. I wish I could go to the Keystone. I'm too poor. I'm just, I'm mumbling on my stream. I'm not trying to make people feel sorry for me. Please do not do that. It is not about that. I'm okay. But I can't afford it. Those events, I don't live by them. The one in Chicago, Aquashella would be 6 hours one way for me. And sure, I could take a plane, right? So now I got to pay for a plane, two-way ticket. I got to pay for the whole event and where I'm going to stay. And then I got to eat. And then I got dogs. So now I got to pay to put my dogs in boarding. And then I have fish. Well, I probably could get away with most of my fish feeding heavy or whatever. And then they might be a little mad at me when I get home. But possibly. But, you know, just... It just doesn't work in my life. I wish I could. I would love to get casual aquatics out there, even though people might find me as a laughing stock of the league. I have shirts. I got some gear. I would just like people to come check me out, you know. So, but yeah, it's just not really feasible, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Sorry guys, I'm trying to catch up with these comments. Y'all are talking. I've been selling plecos for the last 6 months. Are you talking about your bristle nose? And are you selling them for like $3 or $5 a piece? Because that's what they go for around here. Unless like everybody's breeding them, and then you're lucky to get $1 a piece. My angelfish love me. They still recognize me after I drop them off at the low. Oh, Jeff. Do you know how to sex angelfish? I asked that earlier. Do you know if this is a male or a female? Don't tell me to vent my fish either, because I'm not big on that. Shamu said it's better to have goldfish in a 135-gallon tropical tank than in a little 5-gallon fish bowl. Amen. And without having like case studies on that goldfish breed and the lines from the breeder etc. on how temperatures affect their lifespan and everything else, who can really say with confidence? Coro, temperatures definitely plays a role in all fish for sure. Yeah, I'm not going to discredit it. That's what I mean. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh no, you're just stuck on old knowledge. That's old stuff. You're back in the day, you know. Think about it. Back in the 60s, fish keeping to now. Oh man. So, but I'm not saying that. Like, there's valid reasons, like they say just their lifespan, for whatever reason, either warmer or colder water will speed up or slow down their metabolism and their life cycle. And so, I have always wanted a gold moor. That's the only goldfish I ever wanted to get, but I've been holding off forever. I just haven't bought them. Not that I don't care, they're cute. This little orange dude and this black dude's kind of growing on me, but they're not my thing necessarily. But the black moor, now I ironically got one, so I definitely would like to maybe keep him. I hear you, and you can bring the dogs, but make a plan for 2024. Start saving up. Start saving $5 jars. Start popping money in there. Patty, how much does it cost? Like, give me a ballpark range of how much it costs, and I'm talking room and board. Obviously, I would have to look up my own prices on flights or how I would get there. And what do you mean bring my dogs? Like, you can bring your dogs there? And Mike, Florida Fish Rescue, what is up, buddy? Thank you for stopping by. I've had some random people. I still cannot believe Joey, King of Dice, stopped in here. I cannot believe 9 of you cool people have been hanging out with me for like ever now. That is awesome. I have super red calico bristlenose sale for $7 to $15. Man, you'd be lucky to get that bottom dollar here, and that's just being honest. Oh, definitely, but to what extent does the temperature will affect the goldfish? Very difficult to say if your goldfish aren't dying way too young. Like, right, and I'm not going to go buying a ton of goldfish and test that experiment. That almost sounds bad. But maybe if I just decide to keep them in here. How about this? We got 10 people in here. What's the life expectancy of a goldfish in a cold water tank? Tell me that answer. Well, Shawn, buddy, 2 months ago in February, I bought my first laptop. See, that's an accomplishment. People measure success in different increments. To some people, me buying a home ain't nothing because it's not a $1 million house or it's not a $300,000 house. It's a 100-year-old house and it's costing us $100,000. That's success. Like, I'll be paying on it for 30 years and that's okay. I'm okay with that. To other people, that ain't nothing while I'm driving my Bugatti. You got a laptop, Melvin. Congrats for you, man. Garcia said, hey guys, do you like my new intro or my old outro? Garcia, I gotta be 180% honest with you, buddy. I even said it a few times in this stream, man. I haven't been around for like the last few months. On and off, I've kind of fallen out, had a rough patch, a rough time, trying to get myself together, blah, blah, blah. So I haven't been in live streams. I haven't been being a good supporter. I haven't been watching videos. I'm just now getting back. I hopped in a few people's streams this last week, and I'm trying to watch some of y'all's videos and, return the favor. And so I don't know what your new one is. I'm rambling again. The bottom line is I don't know what your new one is yet. But after this stream, I'll go watch one of your videos. The farms try to pump them out as fast as possible. They tend to run warm temps, 80 to 85 for faster turnout. Not all of them do it. So you're saying they run it at high temperatures to make them grow up quicker? I've got about 400 goldfish if you want 100 or so. Mike, the whole thing is, I'm sure you probably even seen my post on Facebook, but What would you add or take away from this tank? And the only subject that anybody has touched on is the goldfish, so that's why we're all talking in the chat about it. And the only one thing that anybody can rightfully give me is temperature. This tank is plenty big enough. The tank is cycled and all of that, no issues there. And there is no big predator that is a threat to them. So the only thing that is technically inadequate about this tank would be the tropical temperatures. And I'm running on a low side, as I think Jeff said, it's almost more like cool water temperatures. But that's going to be adjusting and stuff. Like I said, I just got this tank set up the other day, and I was just trying to get everything in here and stuff like that. Got a couple heat guns and whatnot to get temperatures right and all of that. $50 to get in, a few hundred for the hotel, and from Indiana it's probably a 10-hour drive. You could also split the ho-ho there. Are always folks looking to do that. Hello, darling Mike, Heather, and Liz. I didn't even see Liz come in here. If she is, hello, Liz. Thank you. Oh, the girls say hi to Patty. 20 years. What breed goldfish? Blackmore, you said? Coro, I got a Blackmore in here, and then I believe these are called Ranchu, or they might be Orandas. I don't know what this one is, but there is definitely a Blackmore in there. However, he could be a telescope. I'm waiting to see if he fades into an orange or if he stays black. He's right there. Patty, and when is it? Like, what's the date for it? Very old goldfish are properly cared for. I have heard of like 13 to 15 years people keeping fish, goldfish, somewhere around there. Maybe longer. I know Oscars, if you take care of them, can almost get in their 30s, so 20 years. Fancy 10 years maybe. That house sounds like a great deal. I actually got lucky. Okay, I was buy-in when people were leaving during COVID and the housing crash or whatever. The economy was taking a poop, and somehow I fixed my credit during that time. And yeah, applied for a loan and got approved. I have a video of it, a walkthrough tour on my channel actually. 15 to 20 years. I've definitely met goldfish older than 10 years, and not by super fish keepers. My grandparents lost their Orandas at 17 years. My original channel is now my trading cards channel, Legacy One Stop Card, and been doing my live streams on it. So do you even have a fish channel, Melvin? And those Orandas were originally solemn aquarium, not in someone's house. Neglected fishes lived for 17 years. Where's your old lady at? Is she at work supporting you? No, she's probably upstairs supporting me if she's in the chat. She probably ain't supporting me at all. She's probably up there doing her digital art. Oh, she's in the kitchen. I love you, baby. Let me just throw that in there. Your temp is fine for them, but now I question, you say it's fine for them, but now am I too low on my other fish? 72 to 79 degrees. I think they'll be alright. That's what I mean. I'm not... I don't know. I'm not trying to offend nobody. I'm not... I am trying to get critiques, so it would be really stupid or naive of me for me to like let somebody say something like, oh no, you're just wrong, get out of here. No, they're okay, and they're okay because I say, and they're okay. You know, like, no, I want to hear, and I also know my own, like, done a little research. I've just never really bought goldfish, not cared, but they just weren't for me. And now that I rescued a bunch of fish, they came with the package deal. I tell you, I don't think nobody has said one type of fish to add to this. I've mentioned I would like to get horseface loaches, and y'all have said be careful with the snails, because I might also get some snails. If somebody could tell me what this angelfish is, male or female, then I'd probably get another type of the same gender, because I don't want to deal with angelfish babies and aggressive angelfish, because for those of you that don't know, but I'm sure all of you know, angelfish are cichlids too, and they can be buttheads, especially when they got eggs. Oh yeah, we did discuss plants at least. $100K for a house is a steal. My mom's house in Southern California, 1,800 square feet with 3 bedrooms. And a house the size around here goes for $1 million. Bro, that's crazy, but it's expensive there. This house is I think it's 2,600 or 2,800 square feet. It's 2 stories. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 technical bedrooms, then 2 bathrooms, full bathrooms, laundry room, dining room, front room, kitchen, fenced-in yard, and a 1-car garage. And ask anybody that knows me. My cousin is still in chat. We're poor. I'm not gloating. I'm not bragging. And I know I'm going to be paying for this my whole life. And if I make one mistake, it can be taken from me just like that. I just wanted to get that out there. I'm not gloating. I'm very humbled that this actually happened in my life. And believe it or not, here's the funny part about it. This hobby made me do it. Now, what I mean by that is, of course, I always had aspirations of owning a home, but I just never thought it was in my will of turns or tricks or plays. I just didn't think it was for me. And I've always just hated renting because landlords, they're picky. Oh, you can't have that dog because it's a pit bull. Da-da-da-da-da. Well, once I got back in the fish hobby, it was, you got what? How many gallons? No. So that pushed me. I got tired of somebody telling me what I could and couldn't do in my own home, and that's what pushed me to get my home. There's no fin nippers either, right? Not all stressful fish are big predators. Coro, that is a very good question. So, somebody mentioned earlier, and I don't know if they're still in the chat, but they had pointed them out. Now, I don't know that they're fin nippers, but these redfin sharks, they're known to get aggressive. So I will, in fact, watch them, as they get bigger. Now, I have an almost full-grown one in here, and I've never noticed him picking at fins, but there is that potential. And then, again, the firemouth cichlids. Obviously, once they get bigger, they're going to have to be moved. You know, I know how that route's going to go, and I got a tank waiting for them with a red terror and bichures and topaz cichlids and some other firemouth cichlids, and it's like a predator aggressive tank or whatever. So, no, not that. And these copper nose barbs. But I've been watching them, and like if they're darting across and one of these goldfish are up here, they almost like divert or go the other way. Not always, like right there, he just swam right by him. But those guys, I've watched them eat little danos or danios, however you pronounce it, and I lost $30 worth of CPDs to them. So I know not to put little like nano community fish in here because they'll get eaten. But as far as for the goldfish, if that's what you're referencing, that I can tell, maybe the angelfish, I could be wrong. The angel and the gourami, they've been known to be nippy fish at times, but of fish of like each other, they'll go after these long wispy tentacles, but not the goldfish. So truly, no, I don't have no fin nippers. I got some catfish in here, but mainly Corys and Hopelo catfish. I do got that one feather fin, but you know as well as I do, they're almost like a pleco with their mouth, and they're overall harmless. I lied. I do got one crebensis in here, but he's been with my community fish forever, and he's not a harm. And then the eel. He's been in a community tank ever since I got him. Like, obviously, there's more than nipping. He could, like, you know, bite, eat, damage, kill. I'm picking up a 125 from a local retired goldfish breeder. Her last goldfish just passed at 25 years old. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Garcia. Thank you very much for that super chat. That's my first one in probably like 4 months. That's awesome. Everybody go check out Garcia Aquatics on YouTube. Garcia Aquatics. He deserves a shout out, even if he didn't do the $3. I hear him saying, have you checked out his intro? He got a new intro and an outro, or his old intro is his new outro, and he's got a new intro, and he's excited about it. So go check it out, people. Thank you, Garcia. I appreciate it, buddy. Watch the fish. If they look happy, don't fix what is broken. Right on. Right on. I can't agree more. Coro, the tropicals might be more colorful or likely to spawn at a higher temp, but it's going to depend on every species. Very true, and I do like seeing colors, but I'm not worried about babies. So, like, I'd rather them not breed, and I just keep adding fish, and that's that. I would like my Corys to breed, and I know you can trigger that with cold water changes, so I might do that. But otherwise, I'm not worried about having babies or anything like that. So honestly, all I would do for the tank is plants. Thank you. That's awesome. That makes me feel good and reassured. It is extremely unlikely you would ever have any surviving babies of any type in that tank. I wouldn't worry about sex. Hey, see? That's a different perspective, because I was wanting to maybe add some more angels, but the whole but okay, they might not survive, but the minute those eggs are laid on that glass, boy, at least a corner of this 135 is going to be, like, cut off from the rest of society. I've watched convicts do that in a big cichlid tank. Like, hold down 1/2 of the whole 55. Coro, a fish property. One fish room garage. I actually wanted to turn my garage into it, but that's later on down the road. Like, insulating your garage is expensive, and again, you know, so slowly but surely I will get there. It might be like a 10-year project. I'm only 30, so 40, you know, I'll still be feeling kind of young but still old, and then I'll be able to show off some tanks better. But no, that's cool. Let's see, I'm missing chat. Y'all are going crazy. 10 people hanging out this whole time. Thank you. You guys are awesome. My cousin said, right, we are a poor family. I'm so proud of everything that he has done, though. Like, to actually own a house at his age is not really a normal thing in our family. Our family is known to only rent. Thank you, Andy. And yes, or be in jail. So, you know. I am in a townhome with 2 40 breeders, 3 20 talls, and 5 10 gallons. Zoltan, are you happy? Are you content with that? Is it enough for you? I feel like that was my biggest issue. I dove into this hobby and I went hard. I just had to have it all. I had to have every tank and every fish and every. And I think that's kind of where I burnt out a little, along with my life issues that happened in the last couple months. And I reckon I just kind of had to step back, worry about me, and then randomly somebody reached out to me and they're like, hey, look, I'm in a situation, I'm splitting up, da-da-da-da-da, and I know that you'll take care of them. I'm like, ugh. Okay, and then they said you can have it all free. I'm like, well, since it's free, dang it, I guess we're going and grabbing it. Honestly, I'm not sorry if this offends anyone, but landlords can sell their extra properties to individuals instead of preying on people with the commodification of necessities. It's a choice. Coro, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Andy said, but our family is a very hard-working family who will work for everything we own. Man. Only recently have I had to dabble into credit, but that's because I needed to in order to get started, Andy. My 135 gallon is in my dad's mobile home? What? Man. Patty said, greed. Shawn, do you still have your bird? Yep, I have Spaz. He's upstairs. Sadly, not Sweetie Pie. Patty, thank you. Garcia, why didn't you do that? You're a mod, man. You freaking paid for a super chat that you didn't have to. You should have shared your link. Patty, thank you for sharing Garcia's link. Everybody share everybody's link. You know, at this point, we're near the end of the stream. I don't know who all will actually watch this replay, but you never know. Get your link in there. If you're a mod, drop somebody else's link. Who all? I just have Patty, Garcia, and Jeff Kane. My cousin Andy. You know what, Melvin? You're a mod. I'm a mod in yours. You need to be a mod. And then my cousin Andy, if he starts showing up more often, and I guess he gets the cousin wrench. Coro, look, man, I have a feeling I'm going to start seeing you more often. And if I'm not subscribed to you after this stream, I will definitely go through the chat, find links, or just look you guys up. Really sorry. I know I'm subscribed to most of everybody in here, but there's a couple names that I may not be subscribed to, so I would definitely look you up. But my point is, if you start attending my stream, that's all I want is, what is it, consistency. It doesn't have to be every stream, but if I start, seeing you on and off and whatnot, I will definitely make you a moderator. You seem like good company. Obviously, Jeff knows you. Jeff has been a mod for me for a little bit. Zoltan, same thing, dude. You seem pretty cool. If actual people had to own their homes and not investment groups, we would have less of a housing shortage. Man, I don't want too many fish. I like to know each fish, and I can spot trouble quickly that way. Patty, that's true. How many tanks do you have set up? Exactly, Jeff. That's a really good thing to clarify there. Most people who own multiple properties, own 2 or 3, still don't really agree with owning land in the first place. I wish I could have a basement. I am a stay-at-home dad on disability, so it's very enjoyable. Zoltan, do you live in an apartment or something like that? I'm not done expanding yet. I want to get to the level of sustaining my retirement breeding fish and plants. Jeff Kane, good luck, buddy. And I don't mean that sarcastically. I wish you the best. I thought about trying to really like make some money on selling fish, and I don't know that it's for me. I just enjoy looking at them and learning about them, and if people will watch my videos and I can earn a little bit of something off of that, then awesome. You hush, I just finished paying off an 1.5 acres in upstate New York last month, Coro. I live poor because my dad's side of the family is really poor. My mom is wealthy, but she's one of the cheapest people I know. Also, no fish tanks allowed. Typically, people with the most money are the biggest penny pinchers. And there's two types of those people. There's the penny pinchers that are just selfish and stingy. And then there's the people that became wealthy because they saved money and they worked hard for it and they don't want to spend it. Okay. I would never want my fish on a separate floor from me. Yeah, unfortunately, I got too big of tanks. I don't want to put a 135 gallon on the second floor. Guys, have a great night, and casual, email me when you can. Here's my email, garciaaquatics@gmail.com. Jeff shared Patty's channel. Somebody be sure to share Jeff's channel. My mom is like one of those snobby rich people who hates animals and doesn't like to do anything that involves spending money. Yeah, I get it. Live in harmony with nature and don't cover those acres in turf grass, and you can stay in my good books, Patty. Jeff over here being super mod. No, that's cool, man. It ain't about me. It's about the hobby. It's about everybody. And if you have a channel and you post regular content on your channel, if somehow I can get you 1 view, I'd rather more, but just 1 view, then I done something, and I would be honored. So I don't care if people share links. Now, if they literally do it throughout the whole stream, that's all they're saying is me, 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 well, they might get kicked. Even if they're a mod, I'll remove you. Like, don't be selfish. But I don't have a problem with people sharing each other's links and stuff. Tens and 5. See, she's on the nano side or tiny tank community. I'm glad he's being super mod. It'll be easy for me to find your channel and anybody that maybe that was in here that I hadn't seen before or missed. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Man, 18 likes, alright. There's 12 people hanging out. Who's the 12 people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Garcia left. 6. I count like 7. Are there some peepers in here? Zoltan, I'm slowly growing my channel. What do you focus it on? Or is it just simply on tanks and you don't have a focus with it? Like my channel, I think is, if I was an outsider looking at it, I'd be like, this dude likes to do care tips and unboxing videos. People lurk. Hey, that's alright. Lurk and tell me what you think. Wait till it gets done going live and then comment and tell me how much you hate my tank and how ugly it is and how horrible of a fish keeper I am. Oh, I do want to get a couple more of these dudes. They're so pretty. Look at Noodle sitting on the moss ball. You gonna wink at him? You gonna do the look down? Do any of you guys do the eye roll to your fish and they eye roll back? or at least you think they're eye rolling back, because I swear my plecos and most of my loaches will sit there and do an eye roll 3 times back and forth to each other, and then we know it's okay, and he goes his way, and I move on to another fish. Andy said, don't forget about me. That's what I mean. I counted you, like the 7 consistent people, but it says there's 12 people hanging about. If you want some shoddy videos, or is it shorties? If people lurk, well, Coro, I do have a single daughter, a year younger than you. Oh my God, is this the casual hookup channel now? It ain't casual aquatics, it's casual hookup. Bring a tank and an old lady, or a woman, or an opposite sex person. I tend to do shorts on my water buddies. Yeah, I mean, I do a lot of shorts within my 2, I guess, classifications. Aqua Garden Zen, lurker here. I just got in here winding down for the night. But Aqua Garden Zen, you're not like a true lurker. I know who you are, and thank you for stopping by at the end of your night. Pretty much this stream was just, I rescued a bunch of fish. What would you add or take away from this tank? No right or wrong answers, and I think we collectively have said pretty much just add some plants, but the hot topics are the goldfish dudes. And we pretty much went into full-blown conversation on all the different variables that could come out of warm water and cold water, and prolonging their life or shortening their life and stuff like that. The tank looks amazing. Oh, and it's also kind of foggy because I kicked the filter. I was trying to add some filter floss in there because obviously y'all can see I ain't trying to hide that. You know, there's some debris going about. So I need to get that final, clean or debris out of there, and I think it'll look a lot better. But then pretty much what I want to add is some snails that aren't going to eat all my plants, and then I might some horse face loaches, and then mentioning loaches, I'm worried about the loaches eating my snails, so there's that. And then I want to get a couple more botilla loaches because I only got a single dude in here that was rescued, and he deserves to have some companions. I might get a handful more Kalui loaches because I just love Kaluis. Obviously more Corys, but yeah, and thank you very much. Haven't gone live yet and only done a short video on unboxing, so still learning. Zoltan, how many subscribers do you have? And Zoltan, what's your real name, buddy? Can we get on first term, or is that really your name? Zoltan. It's definitely different. That's probably your real name. I feel like an idiot now. Melvin started his own trading card store in Pennsylvania, so if you're ever in Pennsylvania, you should go check out his trading card store. Zoltan used to be Aaron's Aqua Buddies or something. I have 63, and Garcia made 64 subs. Real name is Aaron. Alright, my name's Shawn, buddy. Well, you'll have 65 when I get off here, because I'll definitely subscribe. And you need to start going live. Are you attending, like, the Fish Fam live streams? Are you in the Discord chat and stuff like that? Because live streams are going to help you get your watch hours. And then from there, you just got to build your subscribers. If you're even worried about monetization, that is. A lot of people just want to share their tanks. In fact, with my reptile channel, I'm about to kind of go in the direction of, I'm not necessarily trying to teach you something. I just want to show you how we hang out, or what we're doing today, or whatever. And I don't know if I'll do that on this channel. I've tried to make some videos like called Lost in Your Thoughts or Lost in Your Tanks, and they got some views, but it's not really searchable. So either you're a subscriber and you happen to see it, or you happen to see me share it or something like that. But the analytics or whatever, YouTube analytics are not your friend on videos like that. I've gone to Discord, and don't get me wrong, like, not always in Discord are you just, everybody's gonna watch your stuff, and, I mean, overall, everybody's pretty cool, but, I mean, people have bad days, you know, it's human nature. Sometimes they might say something, otherwise they wouldn't, or, you know, whatever, so you just gotta take it with a grain of salt, read between the lines, whatever. Half the country has been chanting my name for the last couple years. Shamu. Yeah. Gave you one on my alt Zoltan. People changing names to F with me. 19 likes. 10 people still hanging out. I don't even know what time it is at this point for me. Somebody tell me what time it is in the chat. Well, I know we've been going live for an hour and 21 minutes. I started at 11, so it's like 12:21. Folks, I used it as my rap name. Oh, you rap? 1 a.m. your time? Are you like, oh, I feel so bad now. I can't think of his name at the moment. Danny. And I can't remember the name of his channel right now. I'm such a jerk. But him and Steven done some like fishy raps and stuff. Spaghetti Nana. I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for stopping by. I'm actually getting close to wrapping up for the night, but I would surely appreciate your input. The whole topic of this live stream tonight was, what would you add or take away from this fish tank? It is 135 gallons. It is planted or will become more planted. It has 3 inches of gravel and 1 inch of sand capped. The biggest topic was there are some goldfish in here at low tropical temperatures. That's the only thing anybody, like when I tried posting on Facebook, I wanted those critics. Like, I wanted the fish police to slam me. And it happened to be my admin that was like, well, I'd remove the goldfish and add filter floss. And he ain't wrong about the filter floss. And I'm not even saying he's wrong about the goldfish. That's what I mean. We've all discussed it tonight, and I'm so grateful. I would call this a successful conversation, a successful live. We had engaging conversation. We had Joey, King of Dice, stop in here. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna get over starstruck. Like, I met Pauly Shore, and he's not everybody's favorite comedian or actor, but I was like, wow! You know, like, what? I just bought Joey's book and done an unboxing video on it, and he commented, and that was like a mini heart attack for me. And then he just hopped in my stream for a little bit earlier tonight because he was at break or at work on break. Like, come on. That's awesome. Hey, somebody share his link in here. I didn't see nobody share his link. Like, everybody knows Joey, but one of you mods got to share his link in here because he stopped in. Glassbox Hero, yeah. Danny Weshy. I just couldn't remember his channel name. Ah, Koro, I vote you take all the fish out and put 3 neon tetras for every gallon. Ooh, that would be a pretty tank, boy. I would still... Can I at least keep the Corridoras? Can we have, like, the mid-level swamp of them and then have Corys on the bottom? I've tried Zebra Danios, and they became those guys' breakfast. Sketty none. So that was my question. Do you know how to sex angels? Is this a male or a female? See? It even looked for you. I'm not big on venting my fish, but, you know, so... But I know angels can get aggressive when they breed, and then I don't want that becoming a thing, and they start going on a killing spree, and somebody mentioned I probably won't have problems with babies because of the stock I got in here. Loaches, other fish might eat them. But for the time frame that they lay those eggs, those angels can get mean. The king of Diaquas here. Maybe it's... Yeah, I kind of have his channel blocked. Gotta be a 5th mod. Jeff Kane, what do you mean? Whose channel do you kind of have blocked? Joey's? Jimmy P said Joey is a wiener. You don't need him, Shawn. Jimmy P, firstly, you are awesome. I still need to get with you and get you up on my stream as a guest. But I'm humbled. He has done a lot. I know a lot of people might have indifferent thoughts and feelings, and I've seen some of the things that's went on, and I've even watched Alex, Secret History, Living in Your Aquarium, their whole deal, and, you know, I give people credit where it's due, and I will call a spade when I see it. So it was really cool to know somebody with 300,000, or he probably has more than that. He's probably close to 1 million subscribers. I don't know what it is, but he's up there. So regardless of somebody's opinion, to have his presence in my little nothing channel, it's really humbling. It's really cool. Obviously, he didn't bring 200,000 people into here, but that's okay, you know. But I get what you mean, and I thank you that you say, me, myself, I don't need him. I get what you're meaning, and that's awesome, because sometimes I don't think of myself so highly. You can have bottom feeders, that's allowed. Jimmy P. Or A-Rims. Amen. Jeff Kane, Jimmy P. Just curious why I just had my angels 2 weeks. Hopefully both are the same sex. He was actually decent while he was here, so it was good. Okay, Jeff. I don't actively dislike Joey, but he has a history of copyright striking people who say anything critical about him. Gets in fights with minors, etc. There are reasons people don't like him. Joey is mentally unstable. Jimmy P, I'm not completely mentally stable either, but I'm very humble and just honest and outright and out forth, you know. I don't try to sugarcoat nothing. Like, that's what I mean. I've seen some of those things go down, and I would be honored to have him come on my live stream. And now, listen to me, hear me out, because I don't want to offend y'all. Y'all have supported me from day one when nobody knew who Shawn or Casual Aquatics was. I am forever grateful for that. But what I'm meaning by it is, I don't think we would get to that kind of a conversation. How you guys just said, like, people hold him to this, I don't know, what's the word, pedestal, or to a level all the time, 100% of the time, because of who he is. So he can't make mistakes. He can't do something wrong. Or it's instant. Oh my God, he did it. Now, I'm not going to justify anything that he directly done. You said something about a minor arguing. I've just seen like his stream with Alex and how that ended. And he even asked him, like, he admitted that he was wrong on the research of whoever the creator of the hobby was or whatever. And he admitted it. And, you know, he felt embarrassed. And he's like, could you just delete that or not do it? And Alex said no. Now, if there's more to that I missed, I don't know. I'm not trying to dive into it. That's what I mean. That's not me. And all I'm getting at, guys, is I feel like if Joey was on my channel, those of you that have actually attended one of my special guest streams where I do my gauntlet of questions and then, you know, open the floor to show your tanks, I just don't think me and Joey would get to that level. And maybe that's because I'm not educated enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know every scientific everything about every single fish, and that man doesn't either. He made his fame with building, doing stuff on his own, learning, and that's where, you know, the king of die, do it yourself. So, like, I don't know. I'm not going to patronize him, and I'm not going to patronize y'all for having your feelings on him. To each their own. I just feel if it was my stream, you know, that we wouldn't cross that line. And I've been talking and missed what people... Okay, so, yeah, he made sure he shut the fuck up, so bravo to him. Are you talking about, Patty, are you talking about Alex's whole situation? If he focused on the task and given information, he's good. If he's putting on a show, I can't handle it. He has opened up about his past, so yeah, he had some troubles back in the day. But yeah, I saw the stream where he was trolling this kid that tried to troll him, and he took it way further. No knock on you, Shawn, but he was slumming. Makes himself feel like he's better than everyone else. Okay, that's what I want. Y'all might have more answers and input and knowledge that I don't know. There are many examples of bad, unstable, and flat-out drunk BS behavior. Let's not forget his wretched appearance on Secret History Living Inside Your Aquarium. Alex. Where do you... selfish. Oh no, there's a legit fight he got in on Instagram Live. Shamu, not trolling. I know there was something about him and there's another company. It's a big known product. I can't think of the product, but him and another dude, sorry but rest in peace. I know somebody ended up passing away, and then there was a thing. And then I don't know all the details on that either. Punches were thrown. A 30-year-old man got in a physical fight with a child. That's inexcusable, in my opinion. Jimmy P, you've been around for a minute, buddy. I respect your opinion. Let me make that clear. I respect Patty's opinion, because even if I have 2-3 people in a stream, if she knows, she comes and hangs out with boring old Shawn. I'm just, all I'm saying is, for me, at my channel, it's something cool. Fine, let me pick somebody else. If Corey would come hang out in my channel, I would lose my freaking crap. Corey has commented on my post to him, like on my community post, which was something awesome. But I'm just saying, like, the presence in the stream was really cool. And, yeah, there just wasn't no negative talk. And all I'm saying is I don't think in how I do my live streams, we would even cross that path. All of y'all are entitled to your opinions, just like Jimmy said, and I will respect them. I like Alex. I don't have no problem with Alex. whatsoever. Well, when I was actually watching lives, I'm just getting back to it, but I'll attend Alex's streams, everybody's streams, because you can always learn something. Now, if I'm in a stream and, I ask the same question, I don't know, 100 times, but I spread it out once every 5 minutes and nobody answers the host or nothing, but then somebody new just hops in and they instantly get a, hey, blah, 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 how you, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that kind of upsets me and I'm bouncing. But ultimately, I know streams get big and hectic and you can't respond to everybody, but that's why I try to do the repeat thing. Is it DIY, not pronounced like die? Sorry, but the way you have been saying that has been killing me. No, it's King of Die. That's how you say it. But it is spelled DIY, not DIE. It's do it yourself. It's an abbreviation. It's not technically like, it's not die, D-I-E, or D-Y-E. Y'all be selling fish? I might have to hit you up on some fish. I'm so out of the loop with this BS praise. That's okay, Patty. That's what I mean. I'm not. I mean, I guess it is kind of praising. I just know I have learned some stuff from him, building tanks and stuff. Like, not too many people can do what he done, or I guess they can, but he done it first, way back when a lot of people wasn't. But we ain't got to talk about it no more. It is what it is. Where can I get your fish? But yeah, not worth taking about. I think we can all agree on that, Shawn. As long as you guys like me, I don't care if you dislike him. Keep your mitts off, Patty. I am flat out done today. Hell, tornadoes, thunder, barking dogs, one with an oozing, infected, obsessed anal gland, and I'm having the worst flares in years. That sucks. Our dog has a eucalyptus whatever on his eye. It got scratched and we had to take him to the vet today. Now we got some salve type stuff we got to put on it, or he might lose his eye. Sorry guys, I'm trying to look down at the chat and I'm showing you the floor, even though you've all seen the same fish now for almost 2 hours. Hi, it's my ugly face. What's up? Whoop whoop. Thank you guys, truly. I don't think it means as much when you're staring at fish and just hearing a voice. Thank all of you for supporting me and coming and hanging out tonight, because I really thought this live stream was going to be a flop. So thank you very much. But in truth, y'all, I've let my food get cold, and now I'm going to have to reheat it, and I made her we got Taco Bell, so it's all reheatable. I don't do reheated french fries, so if she gets McDonald's, she better let me know immediately so I can eat those babies as soon as they come out. But I am going to get ready and hop off here. I want to thank each and every one of you. And I will go through this chat before I completely log off. Anybody that I'm not subscribed to, I will subscribe. That's the least I can do. I want to thank you for your company and your attendance. If Zorro, if you show up the next live stream, I'll give you a wrench. You were good company. We had good conversation. I don't care. I hand it out like candy. As long as you actually, follow the rules, Don't be a complete A-hat, and, you know, if trolls come in, kick them. I mean, that's simple. But I'm probably going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you so very much, everybody. And I like reheated bell. I like warm lettuce. What can I say? Yeah, no, well, I got a Mexican pizza and just a soft taco, so you can reheat that. Are you on Discord? Oh, Aaron. Aaron, are you on Discord? Jeff's asking. Kicking trolls and posting links, baby. Yeah, maybe come watch one of my videos when I post it or something, but that's not required. Attendance in a live stream is cool, because I actually get to chat with people. And when I use StreamYard, I'll start bringing people up if they want to just come up on these randoms. The only time I don't allow people to come up normally is if I got a special guest, which I've been trying to work on some. I don't know if any of you will know who they are, but I'm trying. Hopefully this summer I can get back at it and get back at posting some videos and stuff. But thank you. Everybody have a safe and a happy holiday. You know, tell somebody you love them. Grab a family member. Grab a stranger. And, you know, tell them you love them. Shake their hand. Give them $1. Something. And, as always, everybody, stay casual.